Hey guys, how are all of you? Today, I am Andrea Cox, and I'm actually about to go live on my Facebook page as well. So the Facebook page is Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. I do have super chats on, so feel free to donate to the channel. I absolutely love that. And I'm super excited to be doing this for you guys today. I'm going to do a general energy reading just to get the general feel for us throughout the weekend. And tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments. And then after that, I'm going to do something where I show you each individual like earth, air, water, fire signs and teach you how to get them from the reverse into the upright because they're all different. But I am going to head over to Andrea Leigh Cox right now on Facebook and also put that live as well. So give me 1 second to fix this. And Super Chats is open, you guys. Super Chats is open. So just so you know, feel free to donate. All right. Hang on 1 sec. Let me put a title here. Let me fix this real quick, you guys. FaceTime HD, okay. Hey guys, Andrea Cox here. Let me get this. Hang on 1 sec. Why is this not? Hang on, you guys. I'm trying to get my thing over. Hey, how are you? Listen, as you come on here, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button on this video, hit the like button. Don't post it in the comments, actually hit the like button. If you can hear me and see me clearly. I want to make a slight camera adjustment. Oh my God, this equipment is awful. Hang on 1 sec. Hang on, you guys. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. You guys, I seriously am trying to move this over and it is not working. Okay. I think we're getting it. Maybe not. Whatever. Hang on. So anyway, we're not going to get that today. How are all of you guys? I am so excited. It is Thursday. It is trash day. And so we're going to take out the trash. I am going to teach you guys something. If you guys ever want to see a video that will help you so much in your personal life, this is the video for you. Hit the like button as you come on here if you can hear me and see me clearly. Also, what it does is it increases our algorithm together so I can see more of your posts and you can see more of mine. Hang on 1 second. Oh my God. One moment. So, Queen of Hydration was dehydrated the other day. Yeah. Quite serious, actually. So definitely staying on that hydration thing. Listen, you guys, what I'm going to do today, honestly, you'll want to tune in for the whole entire video. Do I only have 10 likes on this and there's like 30 or 40 of you on Facebook? I don't know. Listen, if you're joining me on Facebook, you can also join me on YouTube on the Detox Intuitive. If you're joining me on the Detox Intuitive YouTube channel, after you subscribe there and send a super chat, Super Chats is open so you can donate to the channel. You'll also want to subscribe to my health and detox channel on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV. Got about close to 18,000 subscribers there. I might have to get a fan, you guys. It's super hot in here. Oh, hang on 1 sec. Let me plug this in. Wouldn't that be a nightmare? Okay, so the reason this is going to be so good, I'm going to pull a health card and just a general energy card to take us through the weekend as like a collective. And then I'm going to go through earth signs, fire signs, water signs, and air signs. And I'm going to show you how to turn. I'm going to show you the signs that you will have if your queen or king, I've got a king of cups and a queen of cups here, are in the reverse. So when a king and queen are in the reverse, they are not at their highest best. They will act a fool, but there's significant things you have to look out for earth, water, air, and fire, because there's certain kings, certain queens that if they get reversed, like towards you in a relationship, they will not come back in the upright towards you in a relationship. So I want to go through that. I want to really explain that. I'm going to just pull a card. Wonderful. So as a collective, we get round and round. So I think September was for a lot of us a closing out of cycles. Hey, you guys, hit the like button as you come on here. Let me just say hi on Facebook land. And thank you for the super chats in YouTube land. So I think a lot of us closed out some serious cycles. Hang on. Oh, why won't this move? This is driving me nuts. There we go. I think a lot of us closed out some serious cycles with jobs and relationships, maybe moving. A lot of us moved or are moving this past month in September, and that was needed. I feel like a lot of people were going through situations where they just felt like a fool. They felt like they were being made a fool of, and they were ready to get out of situations. And, you know, a lot of people were feeling, you know, suppressed by their boss at work, their coworkers, etc. And I think a lot of people in relationships were feeling like they were being kept in the dark, but almost like on a kind of a manipulative level, you know? So I read a great book. I'm almost done with it. I like to finish books before I share them. But it was talking about how when someone, say, keeps a secret or doesn't want to share with you, you know, we all have secrets, that's fine. But when someone wants to keep you in the dark about something, saying like a relationship setting, that is a way of them keeping you in like a trap situation, right? So I think September was, I think a lot of us had ended things towards the end of the year last year, but that there was still a lingering energy. And so a lot of us just shut that box down. And that is a very beautiful thing. So a lot of you could be going through like ups and downs emotionally, because usually right before a rebirth or an ending of a cycle, you'll get really sensitive and want to open your heart. Then you'll get really pissed off, and you'll get really sad, and then you're fine. So that's a really good feeling. You're not going crazy. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to read this card, and then I'm going to go through earth, fire, air, and water. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person, who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only differently this time. For you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So perfect. Let it go. Cut it off. Be done. Okay, I'm going to pull a health card. And grateful. Maybe some of us need to learn to be grateful for like the sun and the grass and our animals and our family. Progress. I think this is a good one. So I think progress is the name of the game. I think some of us, many of us might have like put up an emotional brick wall. We might have become a king of cups in reverse. When a water sign puts up an emotional brick wall, you're not getting past it. And ended situations that just weren't healthy. And we might have like made some demands as well. And that's okay, you know. Just like in a job, when you put in a lot of effort into a situation, you know, that's why people go to court when there's a divorce, because people want what is owed to them. And so, you know, I don't really think anything is wrong with that. I don't think anybody should be feeling any kind of guilt or shame in any way. I think with every ending comes a new beginning. So, yeah, okay, so this is the fun part. And I laid all of these out for you guys. I'm so excited. Hang on. Just so you guys know, on YouTube land, I cannot see if any super chats have come through yet. So just because, hang on one sec. Am I frozen in YouTube land? No. Am I? But yeah, Super Chats is on. Okay. All right. So what I've done is I've taken earth signs, which are the King and Queen of Pentacles, fire signs, which are the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, water signs, which are the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and air signs, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. And what I'm going to explain to you is the characteristics of these different groups of signs, and what they're like. For example, a pentacle, cup, a sword, a wand, what that means, how their personality is, and then what you can do or how you'll be able to know if they go from the upright, which is, you know, how we naturally are and how we thrive at, to in the reverse. Okay. And if you actually can get them back in the upright, because there's a few signs that you don't want to mess with when they're in the reverse. Okay. So let's start with, we will start with water signs. So water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, those are the water signs. Now, what you want to look for is not just a sun sign, but someone's moon sign. So, hey, Darren, how are you? Hit the like button as you come on here, you guys. It increases our algorithm. So the moon sign is how we are when we are under stress. So I'm a triple water sign. I'm a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. So I'm all water. So, you know, I'm water. But if your moon sign is almost more telling of you than your sun sign itself. So say someone's a Leo, right, which is a fire sign, but their moon sign is like a Pisces, then they are more a water sign than they are a Leo. Does that make sense? Okay. So a water sign, they are represented by cups. This is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. One more thing. I'm not going to deal with, so if you're in your 20s, this probably isn't the video for you, because you're still what is considered a page. So we've got a Knight of Cups and a Page of Cups. So it's just like, unless you've been through a lot in your 20s, you're in a page category. So you've not yet matured to be a queen or a king. So we're going to put the pages in the box because they've got a couple years to go. Okay. So Queen of Cups and King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So how are they in the upright? So the cup is a symbol of emotions. People carry emotions, and the cups are all about emotions. So unconditional love, loving from an open heart, teaching others how to love unconditionally, being grateful for things that most people don't show gratitude for, like, people who bitch about the weather. Like, a water sign can't even fathom that. They're just happy that there's a sky. So water signs are all about love. They're also extremely creative and extremely intuitive. The two most intuitive signs in the whole deck of tarot, in the whole zodiac, are Pisces and Scorpio. That's why I got into the tarot, because my whole chart is Pisces and Scorpio. So extremely intuitive, highly creative, very passionate, and very unconditional loving. Now, you get a King of Cups in reverse, or a Queen of Cups in reverse. Emotionally manipulative, overly emotional. They're the type that in the upright, completely loyal, will love you until, like, your ride or die chick, okay? In the reverse, take what you can get and go. Done, It takes a lot to get a water sign in reverse, all right? So a water sign, generally, they're the ones that hold on the longest. Again, kind of like your ride or die, will be with you no matter what. But once they're pushed over their limit, and when I say over their limit, I mean like beyond turning back around. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'll give you an example of each of the signs too. My mother is a Cancer, and I've got a sister that's a Cancer, and I've got another sister that's a Capricorn. So I'll explain to you what that means at the end. But for example, if I wanted someone to really understand me, I would go to my mom, because she's a Cancer. My other sister, who's a Cancer, has a Gemini moon. So I wouldn't really go to her for understanding. I would go to her if I needed like a logical problem fixed or something, because she's very analytical. She's very logical. She's very, yeah. So here we have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in the upright. In the reverse, emotionally manipulative. In the upright, loving, unconditional loving, loyal, will stick by you through thick and thin, the type of person you want to marry. Highly creative. Actors, actresses, artists, those are your Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Great writers. Now, a Cancer, if pushed to the edge, will be nice, put up with a lot of shit, and they go within a lot. If pushed to the edge, they're the type of person you never see go off, and then like 20 years into your relationship, they go psychotic on you because they're so fed up with your bullshit. That is like a King of Cups or a Queen of Cups in reverse. A Scorpio in reverse is not one to deal with, because they can be very underhanded. They're known as the researchers in the tarot deck, a Scorpio. So there's no real keeping a secret from a Scorpio. They'll find out. And Scorpio is the type of person that will like report you to the IRS. That's a Scorpio in reverse. A Pisces is the type of person that you will feel guilt over hurting for the rest of your life, because a Pisces in reverse, there's no one else that can intellectually voice your own bullshit to you and mirror it back to you like a Pisces. So for example, if you screw over a Pisces, whatever you do to that Pisces, they'll mirror that 100-fold. That's a Pisces. Now, one other trademark of this sign, and you guys, if this resonates with you, please hit the like button and share it on your wall. I love that. Another trademark of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is they show stress physically in their health. So for example, a Cancer suppresses, and then all of a sudden, like, they have cancer, because they hush down their feelings, and our issues they reside in our tissues, right? So you want to voice your emotions. Cancer is represented by the crab. So they'll clam up and shut everyone out, right? Pisces, known as the fish going in opposite direction, they're the only dual sign like Gemini. They have a little trouble with decision making. They'll stick with you, stick with you, stick with you. If they find out any wrongdoing, they'll swim the opposite direction. They're extremely naive, extremely naive. And so they'll trust a little too long. But if they find out you've fucked them over, there's no breaking down the wall of getting that back. So, and they're so intuitive that if they find that someone is deliberately making them question themselves, this is for Scorpio and Pisces both, then they don't like someone who makes them question their own intuition because they're so very intuitive. Pisces can get issues like on the skin. I'm a testimony to that. I've had psoriasis twice in my life, both when I was going through a shitty emotional time. You guys went through that journey with me last year. But water signs are the signs that show their emotions through their health. So there's two ways to get a water sign to go in reverse, and to not get them back. Make them question their own intuition, right? And there's a trust issue with love because they're represented by emotions and cups of love, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. If they question loyalty in any way, shape, or form, they're out, they're gone. So a lot of times what happens is, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, moon or sun sign or Venus, because Venus is the way you love, they can be kept kind of in the dark about situations, and it becomes extremely, extremely confusing to them where mentally it takes too much from them, and all of a sudden they completely shut down and feel like they're going crazy, but it's really because they're questioning what they know to be true, which is their own intuition. Okay, so how to get a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio back in the upright? Well, they are represented by cups, so they need emotional nourishment. They need physical touch. They need love. It's not by buying them a car or showing up with a gift or giving them money. It's with physical and emotional nourishment is how you get them from the reverse into the upright. But usually, if you've gotten one so far to where they've turned reverse, they're not going to turn upright on you again. You'll have to really put in an effort, because if they don't trust you, then that's it. Okay, let's go to Earth signs second. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So we've got a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles. Check your moon sign. Okay, you can be an air sign with an Earth moon or an Earth rising or an Earth Venus. You can be a Pisces with an Earth moon or something like that. I've got a sister that's a Capricorn, so I know this to be very, very true of Capricorn. So Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are represented by pentacles, which is tangible things, money, nice homes, things that you can touch, so they are all about their money. So how to push them over the edge to where they'll go into reverse is fuck with their money. They're going to end up in the reverse, right? So what we want to make sure we do if we're involved with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, sun or moon or Venus, because that's the way they love, we want to make sure we take care of our finances properly and their finances, because if they go in the reverse, if their money is screwed with, they get pissy. These are probably the signs I would want to have to get out of reverse the most, because you can just buy them a gift, or I'm not teaching you how to emotionally manipulate people. I'm trying to teach you how to get someone out of the reverse. It's almost like speaking their love language. Okay, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. All about pentacles, all about money. Now find out their moon sign, because the moon sign is the real intricate piece here. Now they're represented by pentacles, so they like tangible things. So how do they express love? They express love through gift giving, through giving. How do they receive love? Well, it depends. Some of them just like to give, some of them also like to receive. How to tell if they are in the reverse. So, the way you can tell a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo is in reverse is they stop giving. They stop giving. Um, Also, they can get overly focused on their job. They can become workaholics. That's a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in the reverse. Okay. So, what you want to do is, nurture them by, tangible things. It can even be making them a meal, if they're overworking, taking them something, dinner at work or something. I've done that before. It went unappreciated, but I've still done that. Okay. Let's move on to fire signs. I'm going to save basically the most difficult signs for last, which is the air signs. But, one more thing I want to point out about water signs are when they are in the reverse, they show up as a card called the Hanged Man and the High Priestess. This is actually the card of Pisces and Cancer and Pisces. So when they are in the reverse, they show up as the Hanging Man and the High Priestess. High Priestess means keeper of secrets, and the Hanged Man or the Hanged Man means being stuck, feeling stuck. So a lot of times when they are in the reverse, they can feel very stuck in their mind, and they don't like to be in their mind because they're so creative. They're from the heart and they don't like that feeling, and they can get extremely resentful, bitter, and stay in the reverse if they feel like they're deliberately being kept stuck. Also, they can start keeping secrets. High Priestess, because it's the card of intuition, the card of secrets. They know things, and if they feel like their intuition is being challenged, forget about it. They're not gonna open up to you. The beautiful thing is when they come out of the reverse, they become the Empress, extremely creative, and they usually create amazing businesses or create a baby or anything like that when they get in the reverse. Sign of Taurus can become an Empress. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio often become the Empress when they get out of their thing. So just a little more tidbit. So we covered earth signs, we covered water signs. We're going to cover fire signs. I'm going to need a drink of water for this. I have to up my water game. Do you guys like this? Please hit the like button if you like it, because I don't know if you guys are even into this or not. I think it's extremely helpful. And I can't believe my brain actually absorbs all this, but it does. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Now, keep in mind, you can show up as any sign, no matter what your sign is, okay? I'm on the cusp of Aries, so I often show up as a Queen of Wands when I'm really confident. But any sign, male or female, can show up as a Queen of Wands. Any sign or sex, male or female, can show up as a King of Wands or any other sign. Okay. So wands, they're represented by wands, fire signs. Fire signs are Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So wands are passion. They're very passionate. They're very fiery. They don't wait around to do shit. They just go do it. That is a king and queen of wands. Now, the downside of this sign, and I spent 10 years with a Leo, and he was wonderful, very loyal, but he had a Capricorn moon and rising and a Pisces Venus. So he was like perfect. I don't know why he left that, but anyway. Great provider because he had a Capricorn moon and rising. It's great. So the downside of the King and Queen of Wands, which is passion, is they can be unloyal, very unloyal. Again, anyone can become a King of Wands. It kind of is looked at as one of the more disrespected cards in the tarot, just because, like, when doing a tarot reading, if someone says, oh, you have a King of Wands coming in, that's the person that's kind of in and out. And people don't like that. A lot of times air sign males can take on the energy of a King of Wands. They often come out side by side, and we'll get to that in a second. But Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, so very fiery. When in the reverse, they can be unfaithful. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Venus. I would check the Sun, Moon, and Venus, because Venus is the way you love. Moon is the way you show up when you're kind of not at your best or upset. And your sun sign is just your sign that shows astrologically when you were born. Okay. So wands are wands of passion. So the good thing is these are usually the facilitators. If you want to get something done, these are the people to go to. Wands, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Good business people. Just very passionate, full of passion. Yeah, in the reverse, you don't want to be married to this person in the reverse, Okay, so the beautiful thing is when they get into the reverse, like if someone screws over a fire sign, to get them back in the upright, probably a good roll in the hay will do it. If that doesn't work and they stay in this reverse mode for a long time, they become extremely just vindictive intimately, cheating. But when they go back into the upright, the sun, and they also are represented by strength. So they become stronger and they become the sun. They become the life of the party again when they're in the upright. So that's how to deal with that. Okay, I'm definitely going to need to down this water for air signs. We're on to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What can I say? What can I say? Well, I've spent time with a Gemini and I've spent time with 2 Aquariuses. Yeah. And here's what I can say. Okay, in the upright, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So immediately when you think swords, you think, God, that's kind of harsh, isn't it? Well, it is and it isn't. So I look at King and Queen of Swords in a different way. So I've been this Queen of Swords actually for a time extensively, right? And I've even faced off to an air sign. I think it was an Aquarius at the time when I was in this mode, right? So the Queen of Swords, she can be known as the divorcee, the bitter woman or whatever. The King of Swords can be known as just cutthroat. Okay, sorry, I have trouble looking. Cutthroat, cut people off. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male, female. The thing is with the Queen of Swords in reverse, oftentimes the male, the King of Swords in reverse, can become a Queen of Swords in reverse or vice versa. The swords are known to cut, so they can cut people out of their life very easily because no water, no emotion. So in the upright, a king and queen of swords will get things done. They're very efficient. They cut through the bullshit. They get right to it. They get right to the point. They're known to be excellent communicators. Excellent. They're not one to show emotion really well. They don't look like wear their heart on their sleeve, right? They can if they have a moon in a water sign like Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but generally no. So in the reverse, yeah, they can become, if it's a Gemini, this is the card of Gemini. This is the magician. This is the trickster, the manipulator. In the reverse, they can also example the 7 of Swords. So if you look at that guy, he's got on a mask. There's swords all over. He's stabbing a bunny rabbit or something. He's just cut the bullshit, cut out. So the downside of this sign, and I don't want to say Libra, because Libra, they are represented as the justice in the tarot deck. They like balance and fairness, right? So if someone has a Libra moon, they'll eventually make something fair if they need to. But the thing about all the sword sign, not the most honest. And that's what sucks. And so if you're dealing with an air sign, a lot of times you'll pick up on air sign qualities the most out of any of the other signs. And the reason is it's so like painful, like in the upright, get shit done, excellent communicators, great in business, like the fire signs. No one's better than an earth sign in business. Don't show a lot of emotion, but a king of swords in the upright, yeah, I'd marry him. King of swords in the reverse or queen of swords in the reverse, cutthroat, cut people out, have no problem cutting people out of their lives, and very cutting with their words. So that's what you have to look for with the king and queen of swords in reverse, and not the most faithful either. Not the most faithful. I would say Libras are pretty faithful. Aquarius and Gemini, not so much. So and I'm just being honest. I mean, if you watch any of the huge tarot readers on the internet, Queen of Cups or Carol's Universe or Tyler's Tarot or Quietus Revolution, they'll all tell you that these in reverse, very unfaithful. So it's not just me that points that out about Gemini and Aquarius. It's like widely known. And that's okay. Some people shouldn't like lock it down until later in life. The problem is in the reverse, they're not upfront and honest, right? So how you tell if this sign is in reverse? Manipulative, hide the truth, and unfaithful. How you get them into the upright? Well, you really don't want to get a queen or king of swords back into the upright once they're reversed. Why? Because they're the easiest sign, because they're logical and in the mind, to flip back over again. It's like in and out, can't make up the mind. So, and I'm being very honest and authentic. Look, I don't like me in the reverse. Like, oh my God, emotionally manipulative, right? So I'm being honest here, okay? But this Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, all three, too much in the mind and trouble making decisions in the reverse, unfaithful in the reverse, and so it tends to be a problem. You get them upright, they're turned over again. You get them upright, they're turned over again. Upright, turned over, upright. It's like what the, and so for maybe, for water signs, it's really hard to deal with that. Maybe for fire signs, it's a little bit easier because, they kind of do the same thing when they get upside down. Earth signs don't like to deal with that bullshit either. They're like, you're up or no, that's not going to work for me. So, you have to really use this to your disposal, in my opinion. Here's another thing. If someone is on the cusp of another sign, for example, if you've got a Gemini on the cusp of Cancer, that's like June, like 15th and on or something like that, and they get in the reverse, you've got a sign carrying the properties of Cancer and Gemini, which would be clam up, which is Cancer, shut down emotionally, and be a total trickster, creep. So you have to be careful. Now, if you have, for example, I'm a Pisces on the cusp of Aries, right? So I'm a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Wands. So I'm really passionate and fiery, and then I'm emotional and unconditional loving. Reversed, if I find out someone screwed me over, I take on that Queen of Wands reverse, I'm going to screw them over 10 times the way they did me. Now, with Scorpio in my chart reversed, I can get below the belt if someone, very revengeful. Now, as you get older, you learn to tame those aspects of your chart. It takes doing the work. The problem is a lot of signs, a lot of people won't put the effort in. They won't do the work. Thanks for hitting the like button on this, you guys, as you come in. So my best advice, and I've learned this, I was in a almost 11-year relationship when I was super young. And then, and I've been engaged 3 times, never married, from choice. And then I was in another relationship that was real short. And then I was in like a 3.5 year relationship. My best advice is to find someone willing to put in the effort into a relationship, but also to do their own work on their own and with you, but like their spiritual work. Because if you're with a person that, say, doesn't want to put in the work spiritually, you aren't going to grow as a couple, and you as an individual are not going to grow as a person. And when I say put in the work spiritually, I don't mean going like on a cruise, like on a spiritual cruise or something for a week. That's not going to do shit. I mean really learning about themselves and learning about their partner, and really making the effort in the relationship and on themselves. And if you have children, putting an effort to the, as like a family unit, because the worst thing you can do is say, put in, I'll just use earth signs and water signs. So earth signs will sink a lot of money into the relationship. Not a lot of time because they're too busy working. They're too busy making those pentacles, right? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If this is heavy in your chart, someone has heavy Capricorn in their chart, they're a workaholic. Hands down. And I'm sure all of you can attest to that. But they'll put in a lot of money into a relationship, to where a water sign will sink a shit ton of their heartfelt, unconditional love, like, oh my God, I'm there for you, even if you like, call me names or whatever. And they'll give all of themselves, which is where water signs can get, wrong. So what water signs have to learn to do is to not give all of themselves in a relationship, to pull back a little more, like a swords, to pull back. And what an earth sign would need to do is to learn how to give more emotionally instead of only giving with money, right? And what, fire signs would need to learn to do is to balance their passion and open their hearts a little more to be more emotional, and be a little more loyal. And what sword signs would need to do would be to open their heart more, learn to be vulnerable, and not, be so cutting and harsh with their words. Because if you cut down someone like a water sign with your words, that person like gets scarred, not for a day or a week. That person gets scarred for the rest of their life. They're so hurt, and yeah, so you have to really learn the nuances of each particular sign and your partner that you're dealing with, their sun, moon sign, their rising sign a little, that's just how you show up, their Venus, their north and south node, kind of, their Saturn's highly important. So you have to learn these things. It's vitally important, and it'll help the relationship. Oh my God, I can't believe I got through this. How long is this video? Someone tell me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to post the links in the description box, and I hope you guys learned something. I did. Okay, yay. Happy dance. And if you're in your 20s, you're still a page. You'll learn this in a few years. But I think some people in their 20s actually grow up, it depends on how much they have to handle. You know what I mean? Okay, like for example, if someone's like a mother or a father in their 20s, they're going to grow up quicker. Or if someone's been married and divorced by the time they're, 30, they're going to grow up quicker. Okay, you guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me. AndreaCox.com for my health and detox channel, or my health and detox programs, books, retreats. I'm going to start them up again. I promise. I've had one of those years where I wanted to kick back. And yeah, digital programs, coaching, all of that. And the Detox Intuitive for all the spiritual stuff. And on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive, both of them. Okay, you guys, thanks. Be well. And let me know in the comments if this did resonate with you. going to start them up again. I promise. I've had one of those years where I wanted to kick back. And yeah, digital programs, coaching, all of that. And the Detox Intuitive for all the spiritual stuff. And on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive. Both of them. Okay, guys, thanks. Be well. And let me know in the comments if this did resonate with you. And or my health and detox programs, books, retreats. I'm going to start them up again. I promise. I've had one of those years where I wanted to kick back. And yeah, digital programs, coaching, all of that. And the Detox Intuitive for all the spiritual stuff. And on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive. Okay, guys, thanks. Be well. And let me know in the comments if this did resonate with you. Bye.